this is another one of those moments where it's like, where were you when NHL came to UTalk?
You're listening to the UTalk Hockey Podcast with your hosts Chant and Denz.
What is up, UTalk Hockey Nation? Welcome back to another fantastic, prepared, eloquent episode.
Episode. That probably is red flags. Everyone's like, I don't know if I want to keep listening, but keep listening.
We do prepare. It's just, if you haven't gotten used to our personalities by now, we go.
We go. Whether we like it or not, we go. And that's what is different about this podcast.
We don't have outtakes.
Oh, we have outtakes. You should have heard what I just said a second ago.
Well, like the beginning before we get started, but like...
It's true.
We let it go. Like, I had an embarrassing moment last episode at the very end.
You just spend the night with me. That's what you could do.
That's what I said.
Excuse me?
Hey, you know what? We like to be authentic and real.
That's right.
And we have a lot of fun doing it. I do have to put out this disclaimer, though.
What?
So, for season ticket holders...
oh, yes.
There were agreements to send out. This was kind of a little
shady there, UHC.
Like it was a little different. So I'll just make a quick comment on it. Right, everyone put deposits down, everyone bought their tickets, right? And then now,
well, not everybody.
Well, sure. Those that purchased, they put the agreements out there saying, "Hey, you're going to get the ticket holder season agreement contracts that you need to sign." And a part of me was just like, I get it, they weren't ready, but like at the same time, I already purchased the tickets.
Right.
And then like they can throw in terms and conditions about them. Anyways. And there was a couple of moments where I like questioned my ability to gift tickets.
Yeah, weird.
As part of, not even just as part of the podcast, just like in general. Anyways. I reached out. They gave me the go ahead. So to all of you listeners, there was a freak out moment I had. That was like, a moment. What? We aren't going to be able to give our tickets to our audience members?
That's how much Denz cares about you, listeners.
Yeah.
I care about you too, but he cares really to give away some of his season tickets to you.
I go all in on things that I'm excited about to share. Here's one thing about me that has probably cost me too much money in life. But
it's true.
I love sharing experiences with people. Like, I don't know what love language that is from years ago when my wife and I read
Well,
that
I mean,
book,
you were inviting people to sleep with you, so.
Experiences.
I think that's a little too far, but yes.
I'm happily married.
Happily married.
So anyways, you're still going to get to go as audience members and listeners. We're going to do giveaways. And speaking of which, we'll talk about the two that happened between last episode and this one. So first off, before we dive into Off the Post, we had the preseason game, which is, 10 days
Close.
out.
10 days, folks. Put on your calendars.
From this recording, we are 10 days out, which is the preliminary puck drop before the official October 8th game. Honestly, I think the preseason game is just going to be just as electric.
Oh, 100%.
And then it's just going to go to a completely amazing new level for October 8th.
It's going to be
anyways,
so fun.
We have some fun stuff. The season's getting closer. There's more news dropping all the time. But real quick, our preseason ticket winner, tickets, there's two of them, is going to Brandon. He was one that we selected from Twitter, X, at Coop Lext. Is that anyways?
Koopel XD.
Koopel XD. Anyways, dude, you are a winner, Brandon. And congratulations. Thanks for sharing the love of our actual podcast. And he shared our last episode, which was Stay True or Start New. It was a fun episode.
There were a lot of great comments that actually were on the posts. It was great to see everybody commenting. Some saying you gotta stay true. Some saying, man, start new. So fun episode for sure. If you haven't listened to it, go check it out.
Yeah. So again, that is our winner. We will distribute and send you the tickets. We'll be in touch. But let's dive into Off the Post.
Let's do it.
All right. So, some pretty awesome news has been dropping. We have some news that we'll kind of bring in that we feel like are in our later segments. There's just going to be a lot of news throughout. But this one was kind of fun because I was about to say rookie league, in D league, we've always had home jerseys.
Only home
jerseys. And I'm sure the other teams are like, guys, would you guys get a freaking white jersey already?
It's true, because they always had to wear their away jerseys when they played us, even if they were the home team.
So, anyways, we finally are getting our own white jerseys.
And boy, do they look slick.
And I love it. And today, UHC drops the white version of the
white
Utah
sweater.
hockey.
Come on.
Sweater came out. I'm loving the look.
Dude,
I'll drop it here on the episode.
So frosty.
I'm a white and black person when it comes to like swag. Maybe it's like the contrast.
Yes.
I love
clean,
like a black shirt.
I mean, look at
us. And then vice versa, right?
I know. I'm wearing the old.
I know you're kind of wearing the old stuff.
I like the old stuff.
So
this was our brand before that became the brand.
I know.
All right.
Anyways, so pretty cool. Fun just to see further steps in unveiling. I will find it interesting. Like, if you notice, they aren't an exact just white and black version.
Mm-hmm.
What they did on the white version is the entire collar is all the blue.
The mountain blue.
And I'm kind of liking it. Anyways, the inaugural season patch on the shoulders. It's going to be a framed piece. It's the first jerseys, and it's fun to be here. We got more coming about the jersey and something that was discovered. Do we want to talk about it now?
What was discovered?
On one of the jerseys.
Oh, yes. This actually is something we should chat about. A few episodes ago, Denz and I had an argument of who...
It was Faceoff Frenzy.
Faceoff Frenzy. Who should be named captain? And we saw, first off, before I even say that what we just saw today or recently, in the ad that EA Sports, it's in the game, EA Sports had an A on Clayton Keller's jersey. Well, folks, as he's taken pictures recently in a photo op, guess what's on his jersey? An A.
Oh.
So he is an a-hole. No, just
no.
He isn't. Sorry.
He's an alternate captain.
Alternate captain. That's what I meant.
The patch. We love Keller.
We love Keller. That wasn't a slight.
But what hasn't been leaked, if it did happen, if they did name a captain. However, the infamous new look of the initial jerseys that dropped last week, the video.
The smoke coming up.
Yeah, you have Sergachev. You have Sergachev on the left. You have
Keller on the right.
Well,
actually, it's vice versa. It was the other way.
Yeah,
Keller on the left, Sergachev on the right. and guess who's in the middle?
And Krause is in the middle.
Captain Krause.
But they might all be the three alternatives.
That's true.
Or Captain Krause, which we'll get to someone's comment in a second for Puck of the Week regarding that. So, anyways, I'm loving the brand coming together. Again, if it evolves, when it evolves, as names come out, like, who cares? We're excited to have hockey at this moment, and literally the fact that you and I are a week and a half out from going to the first puck drop, even the preseason game.
So freaking excited!
I am so excited. And you know what's also cool is the ice. So they created this cool video of like the ice is all ready and what it's going to look like and what the Delta Center is going to look like. 12,000 seats ready to go. A lot of season tickets sold. Anyways, it's just the energy is electric.
It's so close, y'all. You should be able to feel it.
It's like literally around the corner. And the next thing I wanted to highlight and off the post before we get into some of our other stuff is of all of the things that have been happening, deputy commissioner, his comments, the NHL deputy commissioner, kind of what he talked about for the offseason. So, real quick, this is pulled from KSL Sports. I realize we should probably reference a couple of things that we do better.
Dude, come on.
It's not our own news, but anyways, Deputy Commissioner Bill Daly, I actually don't know how you say his last name.
Daly? No. That's actually probably wrong.
What he said. So I just want to highlight, the article goes over a few things, but like what's happened since the news dropped. And it's kind of crazy, the list we're about to go over of everything that's happened in the offseason. And I'll just preface it with just how impressed. He said he couldn't be more impressed by what the team has done in short order.
Oh,
100%.
Yeah.
Like everything
Agreed.
they've done. So we're going to go over. First off, everything got kicked off in this welcome party. The fact that was thrown together and put together in like this huge welcoming, completely sold out crowd, and tickets weren't for sale, but like they had to turn people away because the Delta Center, for what it was set up for, was at
fire
capacity.
marshal came and said, sorry, the building's full. You can't go in.
Right. So, and since that moment,
from this moment,
it has been 24/7 for UHC in getting things up and running. So that's where it started.
Utah.
And then we'll get to that. You are such a spoiler.
Dude, I just said hoorah Utah. That's what we did at that event.
Yeah, so specifically that event, that was the next thing. 3,000 fans show up to the development game, which was just come observe. And then obviously they've announced renderings of like world-class facility, practice facilities they've secured the Utah Olympic Oval, right, for their practice setup, as well as breaking ground and purchasing and finding a site / a mall for the official home offices of the team. That has happened in the offseason. The initial branding coming out, like everything that's been happening has been just an insane amount of work. Obviously, sweaters are coming out. Official hype videos are dropping with the brand. So yeah, just one of the comments he made. I'm trying to find it through this lengthy article.
While you're looking through that lengthy article, the image I had in my head after you said they're getting a mall is spicy tuna practicing, and then he rolls over to pretzel maker and gets a pretzel with cheese. I'm like, that's a pretty good gig for those who love mall food.
Yeah,
it's around.
There you
go. That was the image in my head. So there you go. Did you find it?
Yeah, I did. So he said, they have done and accomplished more than anyone else ever has in this vein.
Here's what I liked what he said. I think the fan base in and around Salt Lake City is energized to embrace them. You saw that a few months ago with the introduction of the team. It's going to be that times threefold or fourfold when they actually start playing. It's exciting for them and exciting for the NHL. Yes, you just mentioned it. We're going to go to that preseason game, and it's going to be electric. It's a preseason game. You don't get electricity in preseason games. It's barely, it's putting along.
You're testing out your lines and things. So,
but this is the inaugural season. Preseason is going to be lit, and then threefold, fourfold, like you mentioned, when that puck drops on October 8th, the first game.
Yeah.
It is going to be the rumble in
the Delta Center. Here's the thing, and even Bill Armstrong talked about this in the very beginning. The Delta Center's audible capacity to echo and be loud is insane.
Deafening.
Literally deafening. So the way the pitch works, and I know we're going to have some haters immediately be like, well, the pitch is what makes it awful for hockey.
That sounds like an Adam comment.
Adam, I'll say it every time Champ here does it. We love you. We appreciate the support. Gosh, man.
Oh, man. He'll be like, no, the acoustics at the Maverick Center are better.
Anyways, to close this out, Utah is set up for success, and he said, what's happened in Utah is truly amazing, and I know I know they're going to be successful.
Yeah.
Amen, brother. Whatever. Whatever
Amen,
the title.
brother, whatever you are.
Hey, man. I forgot. Deputy Commissioner.
You can spend the night with me.
That's going to be such an inside joke from here on out.
Oh, man.
Anyways, so that wraps up off the post of what we have for you tonight.
Good news. Good news.
Good news coming. 10 days out from preseason puck drop.
Yes.
Going to be exciting. So let's dive into real quick before we dive into a new segment that Champ here has prepared. He's actually getting rid of.
I'm not getting rid of Chirping with Champ.
For tonight.
Tonight's episode, we're changing it up because we want to keep you listeners on your toes.
I've rubbed off on him that we don't always need to be chirping.
We don't always got to be chirping, but I know they're out there. I mean, I just chirped at Adam. There's Chirping with Champ right there.
There you go. Special
chirp,
episode.
chirp, 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 chirp,
chirp, chirp, chirp, chirp. All right, real quick. Puck of the week.
It's time to announce the Puck of the Week.
All right, so from last week, Terry Cole dash S2F. Terry, you showed us a lot of love in several comments. It was almost like as you kept watching, you just had more love to share, and so you'd add a new comment.
Thank you.
But Champ here is going to love it, and he's probably the one that actually hearted it as a representative of UTalk
I actually
hockey
did.
More than I did.
See, Denz and I, we just co-run the social. If it's a comment that is pleasing to my side of
like
the
them all.
debate, I like those ones. He is definitely more of the people. I'm for the people that are with me.
I like them all, but what you said was I love Keller, but Captain Krause looks more like a Captain Yeti in the new gear, and we're going to get into that comment about a Yeti here in a second.
That's because short stack Keller is standing next to him. I think Krause has got like a foot on him.
It's true, but we will get into our love for both of these players and many others throughout the season.
Yes.
So Terry Cole,
you're entered to win.
You're officially in the lineup of one of our nominations for access to one of the final games of the season. I got a sneeze coming.
Tickets. And bless you.
All right. So there we go. Now let's dive into our exciting new Twisted.
It's not twisted.
It's not twisted, sorry.
It's very casual.
New twist to a segment tonight. Presented by Champ.
So here it is. Don't be surprised if. Don't be surprised if. Okay.
That was my surprise.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
I will make a comment where I suggest that you shouldn't be surprised. I will share some thoughts, and then Denz here is going to provide his insight if he believes that I'm on par or if I'm off my rocker. Deal?
Let's do it.
All right. First one. Denz, don't be surprised if the Utah Hockey Club is the Central Division dark horse. Now, I'll say this about this. GMBA. This guy put together a team this summer that looks like it can contend. He got some main defensive pieces on top of the forwards that he's built and run with Andre and the rest of the staff. Definitely improved from the last season of the Arizona's time. And I would argue that dark horse is an understatement. I believe it's an underestimation because if it's a dark horse, that suggests they are somewhat going to be a surprise. So my question to you, Denz, are you surprised that I'm saying dark horse? And which way do you lean?
So dark horse is the fact that you're going
kind of
it's going to be taken off guard.
Right, like, oh, whoa, geez, UHC is like in there, right? Not necessarily the leader.
Sure.
I'm not saying they're going to be the leader.
Yeah.
But don't be surprised if they come in as the wild card team in the Central Division and make the dang playoffs.
Well, I'm not surprised. Like, I've been following all of the movements.
I just told you, don't be surprised. No,
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I'm not going to be surprised.
There you go. All right, so you agree with me.
I do agree. And it's because of all of the moves in the offseason. And I believe the electric new that is literally electrifying
the feeling,
the players and their belief. Like, you can run metrics all day long on like talent and numbers and stuff.
Moneyball.
Yeah. Like, the idea that is at stake here in each of their minds, I was about to say a terrible analogy, but literally
classic Denz.
Classic. No, that one doesn't work. Think before you speak.
That's good. Good.
So, I'm learning.
Yeah.
So
spend the night with me.
What is that? The fourth time?
Okay, I'll stop. Sorry, Otto.
But like that, I just believe in the powerful mindset, and it is literally spreading like a wildfire, like Utah right now.
Yeah,
literally, the state's on fire.
Actually,
well,
yes,
I don't know.
Very hazy lately.
Utah's not really on fire. Idaho and like, anyways, it's been really smoky.
Isn't that weird that Utah's just like protected or something?
Yeah, protected or like gets trapped here.
Trapped.
Anyways, so yeah, I'm not going to be surprised. I believe the offseason moves, sure, from a calculation standpoint, get us pretty much to the line of like, I believe we can be a playoff contender, wild card. But I also believe that the electrifying energy going into the season of everything new is planted in everyone's flipping mind, and it's going to be a wild horse, not a dark horse.
Boom.
The wild horse.
Attitude, perception, the feeling, momentum, it's all with them.
Yeah.
They just got to keep it. So, listeners of the UTalk Hockey Podcast, don't be surprised, but tell us if you are surprised that I mentioned that. Let's move on to the next one. Denz, don't be surprised if Clayton Keller, our guy,
is capped. No,
dude, we already know.
We already
he's
know
an
it's an
A. Oh, as I put up a C. I know my ABCs. Don't be surprised if Keller. This could ruffle some some feathers. Don't be surprised if Keller breaks 90 points this season. Let me give you this, all right? As Utah's highest paid forward at $7.15 million per season, the 26-year-old Keller will be in the spotlight for the season. That you can agree on, right?
Yep.
Now, Keller is most likely going to start on line one. We went over lines a few episodes ago of the potential.
I think it will.
Okay. You know what else he's probably going to be on? Power play.
Yeah.
Put that guy in PK and just run, right? Now, finally, he had kind of an off season last year. He was in the 70s, I think, of points. So then you say...
Still pretty good.
Right. But then you say, well, champ, that's kind of surprising if you think he's going to go from 70 to 90. Or is it? Don't be surprised if Keller gets 90. What are your thoughts?
90 is a pretty big order.
Yeah. But don't be surprised.
But the only reason why I don't think I will be surprised is, again, it is a belief system. Like, even Keller being 8 years into the new on this franchise, technically, but like, he has been developing, and it's a reset.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we should be surprised. Don't be surprised that if the reset is the biggest game changer, not only in all of the offseason moves, but even for our seasoned veterans, even the players coming in and talking about what's going to happen. Like, to have the best years of their lives in their career is going to be fueled by their own belief system, the energy that's flowing. Like, you're literally eliminating all of that. Sure, Keller is like, I love playing hockey in the desert, and I'm super attached to it, yada, yada, yada. But, like, of all of the garbage that was going on with the former franchise, and the unknowns, like that literally in my mind, that was a poison.
Yeah, it was damning.
Constantly being partaken of by the players, that they had to be in that environment.
Yeah.
And yet they still did okay. Eliminate the poison and now give them Champ's energy drinks over here. What is it tonight? Oh,
well,
this isn't an energy
drink. No caffeine, dude. Just water.
Yeah, just water.
Squeezed to death. Orange.
So we have, I believe in the ripple effects of what that does for a team. And that contagious energy, I won't be surprised if he gets over 90 points. I won't be surprised at all, according to him, if it's Yeti.
Oh, there's a spoiler. He's the spoiler. I have to say, I mentioned PK. I meant power play unit, just the unit of going in and scoring, right?
Yeah.
On those power play options. That's what he's going to be on. And so that does suggest he's going to at least score. There's 82 games in the season, right? So you have to at least score a point every game.
Yeah.
And then some. Don't be surprised, guys. Let us know what you think.
So what I will say, or not what I will say, what Keller said, since we're on this Keller topic right now.
Yes.
Keller says team name is going to be the Yetis. Just kind of dropped. Now, it wasn't official, but here's exactly what he said. Whoop, that was the wrong link. Let's try that again.
You got it.
Okay. So he says, well, first off, he said, it sounds like it's going to be Yeti. So I didn't mean to misspeak in saying, he says it's going to be Yeti. But he says, it sounds like it's going to be Yeti, but I don't know. And then he says, we'll see what happens. Whatever they choose, I think it'll be a good one. It's just part of the excitement of being part of something new. Going back to, don't be surprised. He is excited for being a part of something new. But let's talk about this whole Yeti thing real quick. Obviously, we've kind of moved way beyond whatever it's going to be. We haven't heard anything from UHC about the next round of voting.
It just went
ever
silent,
happens.
dude. It's not going to happen.
I don't know.
Everybody's like, let's just play hockey, and next thing you know, they're going to say, hey, by the way, we're the Yetis.
Yeah, or Utah Hockey Club forever.
Oh, dude. That'll
ruffle some feathers.
Don't be surprised if they just go with Utah Hockey Club.
Anyways, so it's come up a couple times now where an insider, a player, or GMBA even said it, kind of this plug at like, well, it seems, and they're
more than one reference.
They're
obviously getting bugs in their ear, and
they probably have heard some insights of data that obviously some public, going back to I believe it was KSL, did some public survey data, and they published it. And if that matched anything, or there's quite a bit of survey respondents in it, Yeti was like hard pressed in the lead. And so, anyways, I've just kind of been neither here nor there about it until it is finalized.
Yeah.
But the fact that he just comes out and says it again, it kind of resurfaces it of just like, all right, this might be the case. But we're going to start the season in 10 days, preseason, as the Utah Hockey Club. And we're going to be excited. Maybe it'll be Yeti's, whatever it's going to be. He is excited. And one thing I will point out. He points this out. He says he's always getting the butterflies whenever camp is just around the corner, which camp is starting. He says, but the churning in his gut, he admits he has reached an entire new level these days thanks to the nervous anticipation of being part of Utah's first year. And he said, you're excited to be with the guys again. You're excited to compete again. And now with the whole situation into a new situation, a whole new fan base and things like that, he says, I'm just super excited to be able to be part of something like this. Is really cool. And I know the fans are stoked, and so are we.
You know what my dad always taught me? He said, if you're nervous, you're ready. So Clayton, which is my last name, so good on you. Clayton Keller, You're ready, dude. You are ready. But don't be surprised if it's going to be Yeti.
Don't be surprised at this point if it's going to be Yeti.
So that's a pretty fun segment, right?
Yeah.
We'll bring it back. It may not happen every episode, but we'll definitely keep using it. If you like it, let us know. If you are surprised by some of our comments, chirp back, and I will chirp right back at you. In episode. I don't chirp in comments. I chirp on the show. Chirp, 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 chirp.
Chirp, chirp, chirp,
Okay. Should we move on to Faceoff Frenzy?
Let's do it.
Faceoff Frenzy. Faceoff Frenzy.
Okay. What do we got here today, Denzel?
All right. So, this one is stemming from a debate that I saw on social.
So this is Denz's suggestion of Faceoff Frenzy. So he's the one presenting the debate today.
Yeah. So, and it's not going to be the strongest debate because I'm not like sold on one thing, but I'm going to bring it into the debate today because it was a hot debate on this thread.
Yeah,
on
some
social.
People were getting real chippy.
So here's what happened. There was a chant at the
Kickoff event.
What again at the
Yeah. When they came, the team came.
The team
players,
came.
Coaches.
The draft party. The chant happened there. Anyways, and what it was when I say
hoorah,
you say
Utah,
and
hoorah, Utah.
So, I mean, we were there for those events, and it was like, okay, yeah. Again, a part of me saying like Utah, just feels off.
I was there. I was yelling it.
But that is our debate today. What should the Utah Hockey Club chant be? Like the thing. And there was a lot of debating going on. A lot of people think it's absolutely stupid if that is the actual chant.
Hoorah, Utah.
Hoorah, Utah.
You know, it makes me wonder, are we going to be the Outlaws? That's the only one that makes sense with hoorah.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm always reading into things like this because you never know.
You never know.
You never know. But I don't really like hoorah, Utah. But if it's the chant, I'm going to say it.
Sure.
So my thought on this, just one that I thought would be really good, is if the four sides of the arena would spell out Utah, UTAH, and then we all say Utah maybe once or three times, Utah, Utah, Utah. I think that would be a really good chant. Better than hoorah, Utah. What are your thoughts?
I like it.
UTAH, 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 Utah. I think it'd be pretty cool.
I mean, there's going to be several different chants, but
the chant.
The chant.
Right now, the chant, according to the MC guy, is hoorah, Utah.
Yeah.
Which again, it's not a bad one. It's just not great.
Yeah.
Ryan Smith totally came up with that one. He's like, hey, you should do Utah, hoorah, Utah.
Hoorah,
Utah.
Utah.
Where were you when Utah came to hockey?
All right. Well, I got one. I just, in my head, it might sound cooler to me than it does to most of you, but I kind of went with, let's say it was the Yetis.
Don't be surprised if it's Yetis.
And maybe this isn't fun for the debate because it's like, well, that's not a piece. What is it going to be for the inaugural season? But like, let's say it was Yetis, and like I prefer like something quick, and so it was just Yeti roar. So it was like Yeti roar, like the entire.
I do like that, dude.
Like I just pictured it was like Yeti roar, and like the entire crowd erupts in an actual like roar.
That's actually pretty good, dude. I like that.
Yeah. So it's just like, again, Yeti's never been like my number one, but I'm trying to be like, all right, I'm mentally prepared, right? Because I was emotionally attached to the others.
Yeah, right.
So,
but if it's inaugural season, you got to say, if it's not Utah, do you...
You mean if it's not Yeti?
If it's not Yeti, right? Just the first season.
Yeah, sure.
Is there, like, okay, here's a thought. One thing that did happen at the event was, let's go Utah. Should it be that?
No.
See, there you go. Now we're getting into something.
So you can't take University of Utah chants and bring it into the Delta Center for hockey.
It's just, don't taint it, right? We want it to be our own thing. I'd rather have Hoorah Utah than that. Let's go Utah.
Agreed.
Come on. That's lame.
Anyways, I was just thinking of like this deafening, like a roar wouldn't make sense if we weren't the
right.
Yetis. Outlaws don't roar.
Yeah. Hoorah, Utah. Utah. I mean, it's just the state's name.
Yeah.
It's nothing great. I mean, I love Utah, but...
Which is why a name needs to get finalized.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What do you all think on this debate? We're not going to spend any more time on it because we really didn't have much to go off of besides the Hoorah Utah and Let's Go Utah. So what do you think? What could it be? Give us your thoughts. Who knows? Maybe Ryan Smith will see it.
And feel free to have fun with it if you really believe it's going to be Yetis or Mammoths or Outlaws, whatever. What would the chance be? Let's have some fun with it. What would it be?
Yeah.
So
comment and make sure you give us love.
Alrighty. Final segment of the night, Dishing with Denz. Let's go.
Dishin with Denz.
Alrighty. What I wanted to pull in tonight was insights and things that have been said about what just started, which was the rookie camp at the Olympic Oval.
Yes.
So, just a side thing. You know how we've been talking about, like, I wonder if Live Barn. So real quick, Live Barn is the ability to live stream games from different venues. They have one at the Olympic Oval, and so I went and checked it out actually today, knowing that they had rookie camp going on, to see if it was locked down.
Yeah,
you know what we talked about, and it wasn't.
Nice.
Well, actually, hold on, I take that back. At noon to like the 2:30 segment, it was all like you need a passcode. But after that, I was just like, oh, I'm just curious. So the 2:30, for a whole nother hour, 2:30 to 3:30, I didn't watch the full hour. I only watched a few minutes, but I was watching all these rookies play.
Cool.
And that's
really cool.
And I saw some drills, and I was like, we got to practice those drills. We got to get our team together to practice those drills. Not that we are NHL material at all. Not even.
That's an understatement.
Not even a sliver of a thought of talent when it comes.
Dude.
So far, we're like in the negative.
Dude, no. That's silly.
D-League's been fun, guys.
Oh, D-League's been whooping our.
So, anyways, we won't get into it. But I just wanted to point out a couple things that was said. So, at the Olympic Oval, the Olympic Oval has obviously a bunch of Olympic training that happens, speed skating, right? So you have professional athletes that practice there. Then you bring in the new offices that they added and are renovated, and like the Utah Hockey Club logos, like the ice that they're playing on has the inaugural season logo on it, like all of these things. But Bill Armstrong, he said, it's like Christmas. You are walking up to go to work, and it's not really work. It's an enjoyment, and you get excited to see kids that you drafted. This was talking about rookie camp. And at the specific place of the Oval where they're practicing, he said, it's just the vibrant colors and the job they have done and where the rink sits. Our players get extremely excited about coming here. And he talks about that there's kind of going back to this energy. He said, there's a lot of energy, believe it or not, when you have the speed skaters, the Olympic speed skaters out here. Everybody is training to get to that level, the Olympics. these professional athletes, and they're pushing the pace because they are elite athletes. So
mindset, dude.
Yeah, you're kind of if you've never been to the Olympic Oval, go check it out. It's pretty cool facility. But in the center, so you have the speed skating track on this huge outside, and then you have like an ice sheet, and then you have a hockey sheet, and that's where they've chosen. But you have this massive venue of ice on the floor and everything. And he talks about it in this article. You're just surrounded by elite athletes.
Yeah.
And he talked about even among the rookies, like they're out here practicing, and there's this mindset that they're watching these speed skaters, which are far better at their expertise than even hockey players. But now the hockey players are coming in, and even speed skaters have been commenting, like just bringing the atmosphere of like these professional sports
coming together
and the energy. Anyways, I just thought it was pretty cool that a lot of cool things happening when it comes to the environment that they're in. But I do want to talk about specifically some things and some takeaways that came out of the camp so far. Obviously, it's just started. But one of them was Lamoureux. So Maverick. That's
a name.
That's a name.
Maverick. No K at the end.
Yeah, C.
Maybe it's Maverick.
Who knows? But the dude is an absolute force on defense.
6'7".
6'7". That is.
Don't be surprised if he has big shoes.
He's 5 inches taller than I am.
And Denz is tall.
I mean,
if you do the math, 6'7". You now know how tall he is.
Anyways, so he stood out among with how well he just positions himself on the ice and can contribute even offensively and protecting his own zone. So he's standing out at rookie camp so far, literally standing out.
Just a twig out there. It's like, oh, man among boys.
Yeah. Anyways, there's even some belief, like, don't be surprised if he gets pulled up even into maybe some games in the season.
I actually liked what Cole Bagley did from KSL Sports. He said, I just saw Lamoureux lay a big hit into the boards in front of me. My goodness. There was some power behind that, and I don't think that was anywhere close to what he's capable of.
Right.
Just
rookie
watching
camp.
It live.
I'm not going to go try and really slam someone truly into the boards.
But like, I mean, there's nothing better than a hard hit.
Oh, I know,
dude. We're so close. It's gonna be so
fun. Anyways, you want to take the next player highlight?
Sure. Cole Badoin. Is that how you say it? Baudon? What? Badoin?
Sure.
I wish there was enunciations in all names in hockey because
we'll get to know them all.
We'll get them all. But he was number 24 pick in the NHL draft after the team traded up to get him. And that was after already selecting Tej at number 6, which is where they were originally. But he was picked because he has a great offensive skill set. But they suggested that he works super hard when he is on shift. So they say during day 1 of camp, that was on full display as he constantly battled for every loose puck, wasn't afraid to challenge anybody. Anytime there was a challenge he came in hot and often won the puck. That's kind of my style of play. I don't know if you've noticed that. Yeah. I attack and I give it my all for that 60 to 90 seconds. But dude, once that 60 to 90 seconds is up, it's beer league hockey, right? I'm like, I'm out. Get me out of here. I'm gassed. What me. And it's like, me. I'm out.
Denz, revive me.
Center. But just they mentioned and they like this depiction of being scrappy.
Yeah.
Right? That level of scrappiness, that's exciting to hear, right? When you hear the guys that you've drafted being scrappy, getting after the puck, coming in hot, all of those descriptive words help me realize that, Cole's going to be a player, right? And he's he's potentially a guy that we're going to see in the next couple of years on the starting lineup of the Utah Hockey Club.
Yeah.
Right?
It is cool. Like, I mean, when I was on the live barn stream, I was like, man, I wish I could just skate like that.
Oh, well, jeez, yeah.
Yeah, and these guys have a lot to grow into to even be NHL level playing.
It's true.
Which is crazy to even
I said
watch
starting lineup. I mean, just getting to the NHL.
that. Sure. But the last player that a lot of people were like really hoping to see was Tej. And unfortunately, he was listed as day-to-day because of a lower body injury, which is unfortunate.
That is unfortunate.
There's a lot of hype around our rookies, and I mean that your rookie camp is the insights into the beliefs of the future development of carrying on the legacy that you hope that the team builds now and how it transfers to these future young players. And even then, we still have a young roster of those that are playing. So, unfortunately, though, a lot of people were really excited to kind of see this draft pick start. The first draft pick ever by UHC. So, anyways, he's listed as day-to-day due to a lower body strain. Doesn't sound like he's going to be practicing as frequent through rookie camp. Obviously, you don't want to create injury. But if you are interested, I can't say that it's a fact, but I did catch an hour window of being able to watch them skate around and run drills, and you can kind of hear things, not really well, but anyways, that is Dishin with Denz, insights into rookie camp, things that are happening. Obviously, with the season just around the corner, there's just a lot of energy and excitement.
It's true.
It's like, Christmas morning kind of moment.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry crisis.
Anyways, so quick recap. If you want to be entered to win for our Puck of the Week, meaning sharing some love online, that's all you got to do. You just got to engage.
Yep.
You got to share posts. You got to be able to comment, whatever it is. We're looking at it across all platforms, whether it be X, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube,
TikTok,
whatever it is. We're just looking at comments and the engagement, and we just randomly select, not exactly randomly.
Not randomly. We select the ones we like the most.
Yeah, it's true.
So
that's not random at all. So continue to engage. Again, the nominations keep going. They keep building throughout each episode. But I'm curious if you have a favorite game that you're anticipating.
Oh.
And if you call it out, we'll consider a new giveaway for that game.
Dude. Guys,
we'll
that's
talk
next
about it
level.
We'll talk about it next episode. So if you have a very specific game you are hoping we release and we choose not to attend, it can't be October 8th's game.
Oh, by the way, it can be October 8th's game.
Yeah. We will be at...
Well, we'll probably be at the first, 20 games.
No. We want to...
We won't be able to make them all.
We definitely won't be able to make them all. But if you have a favorite game, let us know, and we will consider releasing that one for one of the giveaways.
Dude. Go comment. That's easy. Holy smokes.
Go comment, go share, and we'll do it. So, have some fun with us. Participate. We asked some good questions in today's episode. We would really love to learn your guys' thoughts on things.
Yes.
And if you have any insights into what we have done that you want us to add, we'll consider it. And finally, if you have anything that's Utah as the state hockey newsworthy, go ahead and submit it in to VIP@utalkhockey.com. Or if you're interested in sponsoring an episode, all of that can come into VIP@utalkhockey.com. And that is a wrap on today's episode. Thanks for listening and tuning in, UTalk Hockey Nation. We love you guys. Thanks for subscribing. Over and out.
See you later.